Today's news. Bakhtiar Hadjiyev to be sentenced tomorrow. Human rights defenders appeal not granted. Gundan Kabar to sue press council. Flower holiday causes inconvenience to Baku residents. Today, youth activist Bakhtiar Hadjiyev, charged with evading military service, was tried at Nizami District Court. Judge Amin Akhundov presided over the hearing. According to Hadjiyev's attorney Elchin Namazov, the defendant filed two motions, to videotape Hadjiyev's speech and to change his pre-trial detention sentence. The judge rejected both motions. The defendant appealed to the court to consider Hadjiyev's pre-trial detention as penance for his military service term. The judge will sentence Hadjiyev to 1.5 years, and this period is equal to the military service he is said to owe, said the lawyer. Namazov also added that once the motions were rejected, they stopped hoping for a fair and impartial decision. They told the judge that they refused to participate in the hearing and left. Hadjiyev's brother Vugar reported to Objective TV that state plaintiff Alexei Abasov had requested that the court charge Bakhtiar with the evasion of military service and sentence him to 2 years. After deliberation, Judge Akhundov said that the sentence would be announced tomorrow. The criminal case against Bakhtiar Hadjiyev was launched at the end of January when he signed an agreement not to leave Ganja city. At the end of February, his pre-trial detention was replaced with a release under police bail. On March 4th, Hadjiyev was sentenced to 1 month's pre-trial detention. It is widely thought that Hadjiyev was arrested for his activity on social networking sites and his support of the March 11th Great People's Day campaign.
On May 10th, the Baku Appeals Court did not fulfill the appeal of human rights defender Vidadi Iskandarov against the Nizami District Court's May 2nd judgment. Judge Sabikan Mirzayev presided over the hearing. Human rights defender Akif Alizadeh reported to Objective TV with information. The lawyer said that this is the final decision of the court. It is impossible to appeal against this decision to the Supreme Court. Human rights defender Vidadi Iskandarov was arrested during the April 17, 2011 opposition protests in Sahil Park. He was subsequently sentenced to 15 days of administrative detention. A criminal case was launched against him on May 2nd. He was sentenced to 2 months of pretrial detention for interference in 2010 parliamentary elections.
The Gundam Kabar newspaper staff held a press conference at the IRFS Press Centre today to protest against the Press Council's appeal to the General Prosecutor's Office's Anti-Corruption Department with regard to the newspaper's activity. It is not clear to us why the Press Council has appealed to the Anti-Corruption Department. The newspaper staff believe that the Press Council is acting on a political order. The Anti-Corruption Department will not reveal the reason for the investigation, nor will the Press Council explain the grounds for its complaint, said the newspaper's founder, Shirin Jafari. Gundam Kabar is not a member of the Press Council. Today's speeches by the newspaper staff made it clear that their recent coverage had focused on criticism of the head of the presidential administration, Ramiz Metiev, Transport Minister Zia Mammadov, and Minister of Emergency Services, Kamaluddin Haydarov. The fact that the Press Council went to the prosecutor's office without ever clarifying the issue with us suggests that this is a political directive, said newspaper employee Nasimi Sharafkhani. The Press Council is acting beyond its remit. It is not an investigative body, declared Khorol newspaper editor-in-chief Avaz Zainali. The staff said that the newspaper's accounting records are completely transparent. The newspaper will send an inquiry to the Press Council, the General Prosecutor's Office, and sue the Press Council for libel and damage to their image.
Today, police strengthened security measures during Flower Holiday, which is dedicated to former President Heydar Aliyev's anniversary. Police cars were stationed at the areas around the 28th of May metro station, Jafar Jabarli Square, and Sahil Garden. However, the head police department of Baku reported to Objective TV that today the police were just doing their normal work. Regarding activist protests against Flower Holiday, the Ministry of Internal Affairs Press Center reported that the Baku Executive Power would prevent any unapproved action. Recently, Flower Holiday has been called Slaves Holiday on social networks.